Working on the carpet today in Ocho. Underneath the carpet here, and this is not original on this car. You can see they put this insulation. Not good because this retains water. And you can see the floor has gotten some surface rust on it. I'll be pulling all this out. I'll be cleaning the rust, treating it, then I'll put some sound absorbing material under here. And it will be good to go. How do I straighten the bent floor pans? Well, this is it. 2x4 and a mini sledgehammer. Simply put, I just place the wood where it's dented, I hammer the top, and it smooths it out. You know, the wood is soft, so it gives. Floor pans are not very thick, so they give. And you can straighten out all the dents. Mexican Beetle floor pans are really interesting. They have access holes. There. Another hole there. And in case you're wondering why the floor pan is white, well, when they build the Mexican Beetles, they spray the body with the pan already attached. So if you look at the floor pan and you see that it's white, then you have a white car. If you see it's red, you have a red car. Just a little interesting trivia. Well, everyone, what started out as a simple carpet job turned out to be floor restoration job. As you can see here, I did cleaning. I also did some sanding, some surface rust here because of the insulation they had glued on. Moisture got in here. So once this is dry, I'm going to treat the rust, and I'm going to coat it, and then I'll be able to put the kilmat down to give some sound deadening. And then we'll do the carpet, one step at a time. Got the first coat of the rust bullet on the floor here, under the battery, under the computer. Gotta let this dry for a little bit, do our second coat, and then once this is fully cured, we'll go ahead and put the kilmat down, sound deadening, put the carpet in, and reinstall the interior. Okay, we've got our second coat of the rust bullet on. Just waiting for it to dry. So what do you do when you don't have a battery tie down? You improvise. This is actually a fuel tank hold down. Works perfect. I was complaining about how I'm always finding something that's been rigged on this car, and the passenger seat had just a little bolt in here holding the seat in. Didn't have the actual pin like that side there. But I was putting in the carpet and I looked. What do you think you see in there? Look at that. The missing pin. Now I need to find us a spring. That's amazing. When I bought my 97 Mexican Beetle, it actually came with a new carpet kit that was a combination of some original pieces and some, I guess, handmade pieces that were in the pile. One of the things that was pretty funny that I noticed was that this piece here, which is actually the cowl piece behind your pedals, was cut incorrectly. It was cut on the wrong side, making it a right-hand drive panel. So when you cut out carpet pieces, you have to be very aware of the direction everything's going to be. This one, somebody must have just cut it out like this, not thinking, instead of it being backwards. You can see how I have the material underneath. Once I cut this, the front is going to be on this side, which is where it needs to be. This is, if I was to put this in this way, it would be like this. If you're using a piece of carpet that was in the vehicle and you know it was cut correctly, you can trace right along the edges and cut that way. This one is something that somebody cut out, and again, it was in wrong or cut wrong. So I am drawing an outline in chalk a little bit bigger than the piece, just so I have extra material, because it's better to have too much and need to cut off more than to have too little and then you're out of luck. So if you're doing this yourself, just make sure you give yourself a little extra room along all the edges here. So here's where we are with the carpet so far. So I custom cut a center tunnel portion, and I made it so that it's just the center tunnel, and then we have to have mats here and then back here. So you can see I don't have the center pieces. There's nothing under there. I do have the firewall piece cut. I have to seal around the AC drain line and also the AC lines coming into the body, because that's a source for water to come in when I do some spirited off-road driving. Then I have to cut the side panels here, carpet, and install that, be ready to go. Now these side pieces actually came with the car, part of a kit. Unfortunately, as you can see here, they weren't cut correctly, so I'm gonna have to put a piece in there. So here's a daylight update of the carpet install in Ocho. You see it came out really nice. I'm happy with it. The way I put this together, these are the mats that came in the car. Really interesting texture on the back. It sticks to the carpet really well. But I have a centerpiece here, and then the carpet that's underneath these mats are actual separate pieces, so I can pull these out. So if I'm going off-roading, going to the beach, I can just pull this carpet out, leave the rubber mats on the floor, then I have a lot less to clean up with. I did the same thing with the back, just makes it a lot easier. But for $28, couldn't go wrong making this carpet kit.